Welcome to Still Plays Galaxy of Heroes. This is Grand Arena, the first match of the second week, season 43, and we begin this one here with a nice little buffer built up in Kyber 2. But first, we're going to take a quick little look back at how my defenses performed last week. And in the first round, this opponent, he gave a valiant effort, grinded out, got stuck, and you can see my defense did great in this one, but he did help out using some less than ideal counters against teams that he shouldn't be utilizing, like Shock T up against Dash. That wasn't going to work out. Raddus up against CLS. The one I am a little bit more impressed to see is Dash Han falling to Trench. That's a great hold. He attempts to use his Trench up against my CLS, but he's got IG 100 here. You can't have IG 100 with Trench, right? Or no, you can't have Geos. I gotta remind myself, I don't think you're supposed to. I might need to double check that one. Jedi Knight Revan here falling to CLS. That is fantastic. He then has a little bit of a cleaner run, but then Bad Batch fall to Grievous. His Grand Inquisitor losing to my Tuskens, and then you just see the Tuskens getting a bunch of holds. Telzine. I haven't tried this version, but the Telzine version I have attempted in 3v3 was Telzine, Daka, Ventress, and Raider just knows to go after Daka right away, so it doesn't work out. Although I'm sure Merrin might change that. It's something I might try out next time I see this squad. Bossk, Traya here falling to the Tuskens. That, though, if you play it right, should get through. Maybe he didn't have the Omicron. There's things here that he must have not had the Omicron. I feel like that should work. Geonosians, like you can see me just getting a lot of holds, and now Ewoks trying to clean up Grievous. Like he's giving me some holds with some of these Bast, LaShawn lead up against the Bounty Hunters. I feel like Veers should have worked, but maybe it was the preloaded turn meter. Fifth Brother, like really struggling to take down or just clean up a Grievous. He ultimately does it with this Sith squad. Malevolence up against the Profundity, and then he uses Profundity Mirror to clear it, and then he just ran out of teams. So we had some nice advantages there. In round 2, this opponent El Kez, my defense also did very well. I think he just stopped. Don't think he was out of teams or anything, but my defense did get a few holds. Gas falling. I'm glad I don't have to do this one anymore, especially now that the Darth Revens are all going to be Relic 9. And this is going mainly clean. Wampa losing to Grievous. That's because he's got Relic 5. This is why I advocate for Wampa being Relic 7, because what should be a safe counter, depending on modding, depending on datacrons, depending on other variables, Relic 5 might not be enough. He cleans it up with Savage. He then attempts Bad Batch up against the Tuskens. You can see these Tuskens just constantly getting me holds. One of my most reliable teams with getting holds. And that's, some of it is just opponents not being as familiar with seeing them, because I don't see them all that often on defense, but they are excellent. And they're not that difficult to deal with though once you know what you're doing. Like I use a fairly cheap counter. I use just Vader, Darth Talon to take them down. He then gets to Boba Fett to take them out, and then he stops from there. Uses Lord Vader on offense, which I wouldn't advocate. Round 3, this guy beat me. I didn't play it too efficiently, and I was kind of expecting him not to fully participate based on his history. He had like 11 Omicrons, which for Kyber 2 is real low. So I didn't think he was very serious about Grand Arena, but he took it seriously and he won. And we may have got a couple holds. Iden falling to CLS, and then the rest of these he plays pretty well, pretty clean. Yeah, so let's take a look at this week's bracket. Now with this bracket, my opponent here is Orden. A non-CL I've seen before. I think we may have played him. I know that name because I remember saying it. But with the bracket, we are looking at a weird mix, especially for a little bit higher in Kyber 2. Like we're still in the lower end of Kyber 2, but we're still several wins in. This is a bracket of more successful players, not like Kyber 3 bubble players just jumping up. So there's a lot of Relic 7s here. There's 3 Relic 7s, 2 Relic 6s, 2 5s, and I'm the lowest one here at 4. I do have I am tied with the most amount of Omicrons at 20, and most players are in that 15 and up range. There is one outlier with 13. Zetas look fine. Relic depth. There's one guy at 180, but most people are in the 160 range. A couple people a little lower. The second lowest is 128, but I'm the lowest at 122. And this is a little weird compared to last week, but in terms of depth, a lot of these accounts are pretty shallow. Like the threshold I look at, just for a shorthand in terms of depth, is around 200 gear 11 plus units. That's enough depth where you can absorb several holds and still be okay. Below that, if my defense performs well, he might run out of counters. And this is a bracket where only 3 of us are at that 200 characters at gear 11 and higher. With the relic distribution, my opponent, pretty good. Most players in the bracket in general are pretty good, where the relics are all favoring tier 5 and higher, where there's a couple players who have a bunch of tier 3s and tier 1s and tier 2s. Is he on screen? Jari Sky? Jari Sky has probably the weirdest spread of relics. With mods, I am, I think, the second or third best. I am the third best with the top 25 averages, and with the top 500, I am second best. In terms of the counts, though, there is one guy who's a little bit off screen who has 81 25 plus speed mods. That's crazy. I am in third place at 29. Second place is 30. But the 20 plus and 15 plus, I'm pretty good. I'm the second best in terms of counts with the 20 plus and 15 plus. Datacrons, my opponent and I are taking them very seriously. The guy with crazy mods and the highest amount of relics, he is a player who's also engaging with Datacrons pretty heavily. The rest, medium to low participation. Announciel is a little bit more efficient. He's got a lot of level 9s, but not a lot of Datacrons overall. I just think it's like I have more than I need, but you just need to have enough for every team that you're going, every full relic squad that you're going to set. With GLs, 2 players without Jabba, 4 of us without Lord Vader, everyone with JMK, JML, Sith Eternal Emperor. I'm the only player without Rey, and 2 of us without SLKR. Everyone with Malgus. There are 2 players without the Profundity, which I think is pretty weird at this stage. And then there are 3 Idens below gear 12 and only 3 at relics. Relics is pretty important for having that Chimera Executor counter to work. Like, you don't see me use it because I don't have the relics on Iden, and it's pretty important these days. I'd like to get it. 2 players without Starkiller, weird. 1 player without Dash, bunch of relic 5 Wampas. There's only 2 relic 7 Wampas in this bracket. Looking at the Savages, 1 without Anami. There's 1 Traya without Anami, and not even a usable Traya. This is a gear 6 Traya off screen. This is the most amount of Aphras I've seen in a bracket. There's 5 Aphras. Everyone's got a usable Swolo, 2 relic Zoris, 3 third sisters. So we gotta watch out for that. 1 player without Maul, and the rest of this looks okay. I'm gonna look at a data point or 2. That's interesting. This is a bracket where everybody has the Leviathan, but 2 players don't have the Profundity. Just interesting. All right, let's take a look at the quality of the modding. Okay, with Orden 490, look at all this. Organized by speed. His Raddus was at 293. That'll get us in the ballpark. Okay, so his final 300 speed character is Padme. 8th brother is at 299. We're looking at 20 characters modded at 300 speed or better. Pretty shallow. I'm closer to 30, and you can see the characters falling below that threshold that you would want faster, like CLS, Piet, Mara Jade, Grand Inquisitor. Like, there's some important characters here who are fairly slow. Echo. Like, these are characters who are important to mod correctly. Let's take a look at the defense. He has not gone yet, at least last time I checked. Maybe that was an hour ago, so he could have started. Yeah, still hasn't gone. Here's the defense, no changes. I did do my Twitch stream prep. Maybe we'll pull up my plan. I think I'm going to do some testing this round. This is the plan that I have for this match. Oh, we're doing this too early. We'll return to that in a moment. So we got Grievous, Bossk, Mon Mothma, Maul, and Tuskens on defense is my top territory. You can see level 9 Datacrons even on squads that don't use them. That's all for the stats. Even if we can't use the level 6, level 9 abilities, we are giving them a bunch of beefy stats here with the health, steal, defense, health. And that's the health steal in particular is kind of nice with Maul, especially because I don't have Bo-Katan in this version. Bo-Katan arguably pretty important, especially like nest counters, things like that. Although I'm not. I think there's the nest kind of depends on some other factors. I try to use the nest one a lot, and I haven't. Like Qui-Gon, Dash, Malgus, Jabba, CLS here. You can see the same deal. I'm throwing down level 9 Datacrons even when they don't apply. I want the stat boosts, although with Malgus here, this one does apply. I might need to reroll some of these. It's fine. So I kind of like the Retribution one for some of these teams. The offense stacking I like too, though. And the back territory, we are looking at Trench, Finn, Zori, Padme, Tarful, and Maul. The Tarful and the Maul aren't really contributing. I'll probably switch them out at some point. No, Maul's just, it's a Datacron. Maybe we'll throw in the Sith Trooper Datacron instead of the Sith Empire Trooper Datacron. I've got both. Maybe we'll see some different results, but maybe we'll try that for next time. Oh, you know what? I forgot to make a change. We might regret this. I was going to save Profundity for offense because I'm pretty sure he's going to set the Leviathan, and I forgot to take it off of defense. That's an oops. So as we go through his defense, we will take a look at the plan here. So top territory, we have Qui-Gon, Maul, Rey Swolo with the Cal Kestis, Bossk, Zam, Finn with the Resistance heroes. And on the lower territory, we're looking at a Lord Vader, Grand Inquisitor, Nute, Malgus, and a Raddus squad. Lord Vader, though, does not have a Maul, and I think that's because I'm expecting to see a Maul team, which is probably on the back territory. I'm also expecting to see a Jabba on the back territory, so we're going to have to play this in a way that retains certain counters, and one of those teams I might try to retain is like my Traya. We'll try and get through Grand Inquisitor with other things so that if I need Traya on the back, well, I've got the option. I was kind of hoping that this would be parceled out differently so I would know what teams I needed or didn't need, and the way this is set down, we're not going to have that luxury. So I think we start with Lord Vader. I would like to see if we can get through this cheaply or not. And the cheap thing to do is going to be Fennec. But you guys know my Fennec squad is still not ready for this stuff. Not Embo. Grief. Because this gets a little risky for me from time to time. It can work, but it's not always, we'd always feel safe and great. Give it a shot. Okay. Don't die. Nobody is allowed to die. I'm going to target him. Okay. We'll throw the armor shred on Royal Guard because I think I'm gonna blow up Ninth Sister if I get the chance. This is Relic 7, Ninth Sister's got Days, got a few other things. Royal Guard. We'll deal with it like this. Okay. Do I want to do that right now? I'm kind of okay with 4 dots. Let's just use a basic. Now let's start landing armor shreds. This one I'm feeling okay, but when you've got Gear 12 characters, like this stuff can go wrong quick. Like it's going well. Okay, good. Nice start, nice safe start. That's why I like to see the versions without Maul. It makes my life easier. Alright, Malgus, we're going to just do a C takedown. We're not going to deal with... The counters where there's just one way we're going to deal with it, that's what we're going to do. And we've been using Marauder, and I've been using Malik. I'm kind of considering what if we don't use Malik? Because Malik is really useful in 3v3 as a solo character. And if there was Fallen and Revan, I probably wouldn't do this, but I think I'm going to do it. And because I got Relic 1, because of Leviathan, I couldn't afford to add relics to him because he's a new unlock, new ultimate, new all of that. I can't set a Datacron. And hopefully I don't regret this. Because Malik has been pretty useful. Because he can do things like take that hit. Okay. I do want to throw that Retribution Datacron on C once I can do it. Okay, how's this going? Okay. Oh my god, man. Right. Not the cleanest. That's the difference of not bringing in a tank. Again, she's starting to do a little damage, but we are starting to do more against her. Great. Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with it. There's just ways to do it with more banners. But I don't want to use, I don't want to use Watt. I mean, there's other things we could do. Because Watt's with my trench, and my trench gets hold, so I don't want to mess with it. All right, we're gonna Troopers Nute. That's something where that's a fairly dedicated thing for the most part. Technically, he could have Revan on the back wall where troopers would be nice. No, that's a 5v5 thing. That doesn't show up all that often. Do I want that? No. Yeah, whatever. Maybe we should go over Datacrons. Like which ones I was able to get this conquest. Alright, Dooku's out quick. I am just gonna basic onto Jango. We'll do a day. No, we'll only get 1 day. I like to keep Nute around for getting the stacks of Emperor's Trap going. I will give him a hit. Yeah, I want to give him a hit. Just so that we're ready to get the turn meter train going fast. Alright, he takes his turn, great. Let us daze. We land some fear. And here we can basic. Okay. Jango's down quick. Perfect. Great. Did that Hellsteel help me get more banners or not? I wasn't paying attention. Probably not. Alright, now here is one of those situations where I was talking about Traya up top. Traya is a great counter against both these teams, and right now I'd like to beat it without Traya. Which means we are going to head to the upper territory where there is another GL I want to deal with. Because there's only one... Oh, here's the Maul that I was talking about. Because there's only one way we're dealing with Ray. So let's do it. Okay, we need a cron. Yeah, I like this Retribution one here with Palpatine and with Starkiller. Alright, we get rid of that crit hit immunity. Let's AoE. That's why I threw the Retribution, because we got that assist. Okay, let's basic. Alright, there's the trigger. Let's hit Swolo now. We want to get him down quickly. We'll basic. We'll give him a little stun. Perfect. Okay, I could just take her out now. I mean, she'll come back. But... Okay, here we go. Alright. He's got to take his turn, so we're just going to do this over here. I have not watched Ahsoka yet. I was going to watch it before we recorded this, but it got late. I was doing other game things, like Fleet Arena and all that, and then it got late. So... we're not talking about that in this video. Okay, so we are going to do my JTR Swolo thing up against Maul here. Is this the level 3 thing? Yeah, he's got the right datacron. So this probably isn't going to work. Because what I have found is that datacron kind of nullifies this team. But I like doing it too much to stop myself. I can't help myself. I love doing this. It doesn't always work, but I don't care. Armor penetration, crit avoidance, offense, accuracy. The armor penetration is the only thing that really is going to help. I don't care about that dispel. I guess maybe we get more crit chance, let's do this. I just for the crit damage and the offense. Okay. All right, let's put the right characters under stealth. And this is a little bit easier when there's 5 stacks of anguish, because it's a guaranteed crit. Let's give it a shot. Yes! I love it when it works. It makes me so happy when it works. Okay. It's my favorite thing. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay. I could do the Night Sister Merrin thing here up against Finn. We might end up doing that, but we know it works. So we might want to use them elsewhere and test them out elsewhere, like maybe even Bossk could be a fun place to test them. We'll probably end up doing Grand Inquisitors up against Qui-Gon. But right now we got a difficult choice to make here with Grand Inquisitor and Raddus. Because some of the ways that I've dealt with taking them out is, one is Aphra to take out Raddus. It's a hard counter, but I kind of want to keep Aphra for the back wall just in case Jabba's there, and I think he might be. And Grand Inquisitor, same thing with his Traya, will work on both, but we still have JMK. I can JMK Jabba. If Jabba's back there, I think we're safe, because we still have JMK and JML. Let's go to the list. So the list here. Where's strike through? Is there? I wish I knew the shortcut for strike through, because I don't want to adjust the dimensions of this right now. Let's unbold the ones that we've done. We've done Lord Vader, we've done Rey Swolo, we've done Maul, done Malgus, and we know Qui-Gon, Grand Inquisitor, Raddus. Those are 3 of the teams. Finn is there. I think we just do it. I think we're safe. Yeah, we're just gonna play it that way. Yeah. Now, this is why I like to do a little prep work, plan things out, so I don't use teams that I could use elsewhere, and so that I can know when I'm safe to use something. And this game, this match, I think I'm safe. I do not have enough dark side datacrons, because this latest set is all light side, so that just means that old set, I don't need as many of the datacrons, those light side like health datacrons, as we have. At least I might get rid of some. Yeah, okay. I think I recorded this in the video that we're not going to post because I don't have access to my hard drive anymore. Or not anymore, like I just need a docking station and I'll have access to it again. But that video is not relevant. I think I was talking about some movies that I've been watching lately that I haven't mentioned in these. I can't keep track. I should really just make a list of when I talk about things or not. I think we're safe, but if anything, I think using this team here is a mistake right now. Just because there's other ways through a Grand Inquisitor, and Traya is so valuable. Just so valuable. And this isn't even an ideal Inquisitor squad. I think Nine Sisters is pretty important. Alright, what do we got going? Okay. That foresight's gonna make it. No, we're good. Awesome. Inquisitor down, let's auto from here. So if I talked about these movies before, we're gonna do it again anyway. I know I talked about it on Discord. I watched the Jurassic World. I can't keep these names anymore. I would like to go back to the days where they just put numbers after movies, because I've got no idea about any of this. I think it would be like a fun, like bar trivia game of like, put the Fast and Furious movies in order, or put the Transformers movies in order. I think it would be nigh impossible. 'Cause even if you're into those franchises, I feel like it would be a little difficult. And, well, that's a bad way to phrase it, because I really enjoy Fast and Furious. I have watched 15 minutes of a Transformer movie. Yeah, so I watched whichever one is the latest. See, here's what I'm talking about. Jabba, this is why we scout ahead of time. And there's the Savage team that I was expecting to see. I'm glad it's not with Traya. All right, we are good. We are good. We could probably do some testing. It does mean he has 4 GLs for offense. Okay. Now, so to make sure I don't make any mistakes. Oh my god! I forgot I have this Qui-Gon Datacron, and I didn't put it on Qui-Gon. I guess it means I also need to add relics to my Ki-Adi-Mundi so that he can still be on the squad. But still, I could have just swapped out Ki-Adi-Mundi for the week, or at least the match. I mean, we got 2 more matches where we can use it, but that was an oversight, and I should add a couple relic levels to Ayla so I can use it. I might re-roll it, I don't know. I think I kind of like the Ayla one, and we can use it with JML. I don't know. Let's see here. Not that. Do I want the extra health? Or do I want the speed up with foresight? Or do I want this? Well, we get a armor penetration, crit avoidance, offense, and we get grant a buff, gain turn, but turn meter doesn't work. That's going to get shut down because of JMK's kit. Why do I feel like my best option is like this? I kind of want all these stats. Basic speed. Let's do this. Can't use it elsewhere. I'm going to throw this on GK so he can take more of a beating. No, that's not what I want to do. I'm playing this wrong already. This is my brain shifted elsewhere, and that I want to immediately cool down Ahsoka. I'm playing this like we're going up against Lord Vader. And that is not what we're doing. because of that, I'm gonna basic. So I think I want to do this a little differently now. Okay, we're gonna do this. Now we will do it. Take out Chrysanthemum, although we have really given Jabba a lot of time to do some damage. Okay, Bossk is down, but I really messed up by giving Jabba that much time to make progress towards the Rancor. Hopefully something we can live with. Alright, let's... yeah, definitely use it now because he's got the taunt up. I want to ignore that taunt. We just want to focus on Jabba. Great, 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 great. We survived the mistake. Let's auto from here. Yeah, so I keep trying to talk about the Jurassic Park movie, and the reason I want to mention it is because I think of all those Chris Pratt, Jessica Chastain. No, it's not Jessica Chastain. It's Bryce Dallas Howard. The Bryce Dallas Howard, Chris Pratt versions of the Jurassic Park franchise. I think I like this one the most, and that doesn't mean I think it was a good movie. I just thought it was kind of better than some of the other things. All right, let's think about this. We want to test out things. What did I forget last time? Oh, we have Scout Trooper. I need to not forget Scout Trooper, and I already did because I wanted to use him up against Nute. And I just used normal troopers. So maybe we try Moff Gideon here up against Mon Mothma. We'll do Moff Gideon with Scout Trooper, and really it should maybe we do an Iden thing with Scout. Maybe if I had the I don't know, this feels like a bad idea. Let's just see what happens, maybe. Let's see what happens. Like, we could have also swapped in like Stormtrooper, but I think let's see if we can take out Kyle Katarn. Like, if we get him low enough, Death Trooper can death mark him. Speed down. And feels like we want to save that one. No, let's inflict stagger and expose. Let's do this. Yeah, we will armor shred him. We will AoE so we can hit that stagger but stay focused on Katarn. And this was what, accuracy up? We're just gonna... I'm just gonna basic. Okay, now we will use this. Okay, this daze is gonna be huge, but they're about to take some turns. If I had relics on Death Trooper. I feel like it's gonna fall apart. Yeah. Okay. This is something where we just... This is like a need relics kind of situation. Maybe not even maybe more stars, maybe gear 12 on everybody. Maybe we'll take everybody to gear 12. Yeah. That was... They definitely have what it takes to win. That's just mine don't have the gear on them. Now, Princess Nisa, we're not going to test anywhere. Do I want to bother with Rex? Not really. I don't. Let's just get done with this. Let's do a Savage solo here. He'll crush this. Yeah, so what I liked about that Jurassic Park movie is it didn't take itself as seriously as some of the other ones. The other ones had really thin plots. This one actually had one that was a little bit more structured. Like, it was basic, but it was more than like get from A to B, dinosaurs got free. And I appreciated what felt like there's a little bit more effort to things. Like, I don't know how much I want to get. Like, the basic premise is there are some locusts that have been bioengineered. They are going after... we gotta click on the other guy. They are going after crops, and clearly things have changed. There is a company that is going after the dinosaurs. They have like exclusive rights to hunt them or research them and other nonsense. Like, it's all like flimsy stuff. But there's at least an effort for some motivation towards things. And then they go investigate this research company. There's a bunch of member berries and stuff, but not in like a super annoying way. And I just had fun with it, and the other ones I didn't like as much. I was also grinding through Conquest at the time, so maybe that affected me not having an issue with it. I think we're just gonna JML the Savage. I just don't want to deal with it. Maybe we gas it. Let's gas it. And the reason I want to gas it is I want to use this Datacron here. One of these. So not that one. Here. Because this level 6 ability should be very solid. And I want to see it in action. Okay. Well, basic. Throw down an armor shred. We'll see how many armor shreds they end up getting onto Savage. I think we're just gonna take the turn. Let's see if we can take out Sith Trooper. Or we're not going to yet, but I would like to work on Sith Trooper. This was on the Sith Trooper Crown, was it? Whose crown is this? Oh, it is the Sith Trooper Crown. Okay. Then I wish I would have saved the tenacity up, the speed up. That's a little bit of a mistake. Okay. Oof. That could have gone poorly. We will save it this time because I was being a fool. That was going to be a strong counter regardless. We didn't really learn too much. Maybe I should have... let's just Wampa this now. I think we will take some of those characters up to Gear 12. Oh, we're going to do it anyway for the raid. I don't know if all those characters are raid characters or not, but... it's one of the projects we're doing right now, regardless, is taking up a lot of those Gear 11 characters up to 12. Especially the ones we actively use. Other thing I watched along with the Jurassic Park movie was the Rock movie Rampage. Like, I watched them back to back, and that movie was terrible. Like, really, really terrible. I kind of hated all of it. But I kept feeling like the entire time I was watching it was Chris Pratt would do The Rock's role better in that movie. And then I just started thinking about how many Rock movies that would have been true for. And I feel like a lot of them, like maybe even like 80% of The Rock's movies, that would be true. Like that San Andreas movie, that Skyscraper, Inferno movie. Like a lot of those movies, I feel like you could just swap in Chris Pratt and then just keep everything else the same, and the movie gets better. Do I want this or do I want the Foresight? Let's do the Foresight. Other thing I keep doing to myself is watching Liam Neeson movies. It's kind of shocking how many Liam Neeson movies there are. Like, I know there's not an effective way to really be exposed to trailers, and I don't really pay attention to what's in theaters as much as I used to as when I was a little younger. But that's partly because we just don't have a good way to do it anymore. Like, I used to really like Apple QuickTime had a page with just movie trailers, and I would just keep myself up to date with those. The Verge, I think, has a decent way with it too. But it's something where it's something where I just don't know what is coming to theaters or not. Like, there's a vampire movie, like with like on a ship that's just coming out that I didn't know about until like a couple days ago. I guess it was in theaters, so I just started seeing like YouTube ads for it. But I would have known about that kind of stuff far earlier before. Anyway, I bring this up because like I don't know, like these Liam Neeson movies, they're at enough of a budget with enough of a story that they don't feel like the geezer teaser. If you see like all those like Bruce Willis movies where they were kind of exploiting him as he was having his mental health decline and getting dementia, and just putting him in a bunch of these terrible movies where he wouldn't really talk about. There's interesting articles and stuff on this. That doesn't seem like what's going on with Liam Neeson. The budget on those movies are much better, but at the same time, it's just like, when did all these movies... He does like 2 of them a year. It's like in those days when Nick Cage was paying for all of his back taxes and just doing a bunch of a crazy amount of terrible movies. Alright, let's Grand Inquisitor this. We're gonna Merrin the other thing. But I've just been going through watching those terrible Liam Neeson movies because I just, as much as I think they're terrible, I think they're kind of fun. They're just a good, like, they're very good at what they do. And I like watching a terrible movie. One thing I saw is Cocaine Bear is now on Amazon. And I don't know if I want to watch it. Like, I was very excited for that when that movie was being released, but like, I want to live in a world, continue to live in a world where that movie delights me. The idea of that movie delights me, and I don't want to. I'm scared to watch it and ruin it for myself. Although I like everyone involved. Like, I really like. I think Elizabeth Banks directed it, and I really like her as a creative person. Like, I've always liked her movies. She's a very funny actor. But I don't know. I'll do that at some point. There's plenty of other things I need to watch. Like Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, I haven't watched yet. And it's now on Disney. So I can do it now. Let me just auto this. I don't care anymore. Alright, great. Okay, this has so far gone pretty much exactly to plan. Alright, the only thing I want to verify is if I do play at this. Okay, we got JKR. I just wanted to make sure that if we're doing the Night Sisters differently, because I know the Night Sisters will be Finn and the Resistance Heroes. I just want to make sure we have a solution for the Finn and the Resistance Heroes we do. So I want to see if this team, how it's going to do up against these bounty hunters. I think they're going to do fine, but Bossk, we'll see. Okay. I don't even know which of these. I don't get this ability yet, because this is new to me. Yeah, let's do that. Bring him back. Let's bring him back. Get some more plague out there real quick. Okay. See, they healed up from all that plague quickly. I would like to just eliminate Zam. Let's do this. Okay. Great, Zam is down. Now we can get back to Bossk. Just load up on all this plague. And it's really important to get that Omicron onto Merrin. And she's usable at lower gear and lower stars. I know I've got mine at gear 12. I wish I would have done this for you guys sooner, so that you could just see how much better she was. You can go back to the end of the 5v5 to see it in action. Like, she's really good even at gear 11 with the Ami. This tenacity up on Dengar, though, is complicating things. It's auto, because this might take a bit. This is a team that I'm going to leave around this gear level for a while. Man, is Dengar going to ruin this for me? Okay, now we can... Come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Is that tenacity up? Okay, he's below full... Okay, he recovers that health so quick. Because at full health, he gets rid of the plague. So we need to get him... And we don't have any stacking damage from, like, Asajj. Okay, we're at a good spot. Oh my god. He recovers so much from those. Oh my god. I think with the right RNG, we might be able to do it. Yes! Okay. I don't know. I think the Resistance Heroes would have been the better way to play it, but let's do Jedi Knight Revan with Bastila and Jolie. And we'll use this Kron. I'll just mark it and get it done. Probably should go after Finn first. It's normally what I would do, but I was not thinking in the moment. Because getting rid of this Finn is helpful too. But with this Datacron, we're going to be fine. Alright. Because Finn is the one who causes the Inspired, and once you deal with that, this team falls apart. That's why he should be the first one out. Let's make sure I'm at full health. Alright. Yeah, except for that testing, we one-shot everything. That's good. And it's fairly weak defense except for the one team here. There's one team. How do we want to play this? I think we're going to Chimera the Negotiator. One thing I haven't done is just leave the Defender off. I'm going to leave the Defender off. Let's bring in just like the Reaper. God, I wish I had the Profundity. Okay. I need to tweak these presets because it doesn't really matter so much right now that I'm using the TIE Bomber, but if the Profundity was out here, I would be pretty upset about that. But I guess a full Sith fleet now. Alright, let's give you a little protection up. Okay. Now the Finalizer, how do I want to take that out? Like, what's the cheapest way for me to deal with this? Oh my, you know what? I forgot that I have the Leviathan too now. How many stars is his Leviathan? Full stars. I think, the thing is, I haven't done a Leviathan mirror before. I think we're going to do it. I think the Sith Fighter is supposed to be better in the starting lineup when you're doing a mirror. I don't think I want a tank in that slot. I forget which slot is which. Alright, let's... I just want to make some progress. If we can at least make a little progress. This is going to go really poorly. Jeez, that fast? I need to watch some videos on this. Do I want that? Let's do that. Like, I just got this a couple days ago. I don't know it well. Fine. I just was trying to figure out if it mattered who I clicked on. Okay. So now I can't bring out a reinforcement, or it'll blow up. Okay. Does this... So, crit hit immunity, ally recovers health, so I do want to click on him. Cooldowns, sure. So that thing should die now, right? Guess not. Maybe I don't have the ability high enough level. Goodbye, Sith Fighter. You had a valiant effort. Can I just take out something? Alright, this is gonna die, but we're doing it anyway. Oh, I guess I just lost stacks or something instead. Can I... What if I do this? Oh, we got days on everybody. Okay, now that's done. I need to practice this in Fleet Arena. This is what I need to do. I'm realizing I wasted my Mark 6 Interceptor by using the wrong abilities in the wrong order. Alright, we're going to time out in a moment. I'm just hoping cooldowns have been messed up in such a way where we can bring in the Raddus. I doubt that has occurred. Fine. Now we try my thing, my theory. Except I don't find that this really works at my gear level. Because I have tested this. I'm just hoping under these circumstances that I've set up, maybe it will. Okay, so we are going to Daze. We're going to Spinny. We are going to... Let's do that. I need to change on my fleet presets. I'm just realizing that we got some stuff that doesn't make a lot of sense. Okay. AoE. We've made a decent amount of progress on the cooldowns. And we still have ships, so this is all good. I'm bringing out Poe. Because we might not have another chance to bring out Poe. I don't care about doing damage. I'm just going to do the force this ability because we're going to get turn meter. I guess I didn't. There must be some anti-turn meter mechanic I forgot about. We're not going to get to the ultimate. I needed a tank. Jeez. So you can see if I didn't lose all my ships, I'd actually be in a pretty good spot. But I did lose all my ships. I should have brought out the sergeant. But I never would have got to the ultimate anyway. The Raddus is like a ship away. Because we can't ultimate now. We're not going to full clear this guy because I forgot the Profundity. Alright, with this, let's just Scythe it. Yeah, I'm just going to put my Leviathan on defense and bring my Profundity on offense. That's what I need to do. Okay. It's fine. Jeez, really? What? You're just gonna take out my defender like that? This is why I'm saying I need to have relics on Iden. I'm still pretty shocked by that though. I also need relics on my Kylo, because my Kylo can't do that. Okay. Well, I wanted to test the Malevolence up against Leviathan, so I don't really... It's gonna just crush it. Let's just be done with this. No, we can use other things to take this out. Let's do this. We didn't make enough progress though. Like, this is more of like a cleanup nonsense. Yep. We're gonna do this, but I kind of feel like I should heal. I don't like how any of this is going. See, like, I know I should be going after, like, I shouldn't be so distracted by Kylo, but Kylo, when you're not using good pilots, like, Kylo can do some serious damage. Alright. Can I do this? I'm just gonna keep going. We took out a ship. Two ships. I still want to do it my way. And now you'll see how inferior my Finalizer is. And why relics and pilot gear matters. It just is. It doesn't feel great feeling like I'm squandering a great squad performance. Just gotta make sure I'm targeting the right ships. God, I gotta get some gear on those guys. Jeez. Let's do this. I just felt like otherwise his Kylo was gonna go. Okay. All right, good. Now we can waste my malevolence up against the Leviathan. This is what I really wanted. We could hold back like Embo. Not Embo, the Ibn Hawk. So that we can feel the Mace fleet. I gotta do my homework on this fleet. I can't believe how fast that capital ship is. Yeah, this is going well. I mean, this is obviously a hard counter, but still. This is why you don't leave things you need on defense. Oof. Just finish me off. Blow it up. All right. Good, good, good. Okay. Now we just gotta see how his offense goes. And we win our match up against Orden. And see, he attacked but gave up at a certain point. And I say gave up because he had more teams left over. So taking a look here, 2 shots up against Grievous. That team keeps getting holds. Probably more to do with just having a level 9 Datacron, or people just... I think what happens sometimes with Grievous is you try to use a 5v5 counter and they're less reliable in 3v3. I get tripped up by it too. Han gets a hold, back wall. I think he mostly didn't engage with. Yeah, and this is why I say he just stopped playing, because he definitely had more teams to attack this wall. And I think what happened is he attacked fleet first, and my fleet got some holds. He knew he couldn't win, and he stopped from there. Because at that point, he probably got a little depleted, because it otherwise would have probably been his win, because I was pretty inefficient, but I didn't clear fleet. If he could have cleared fleet, he would have won the match. But we'll wrap it up there. We got more matches to come. I'm recording these with a little lag time, so I just know we've got, by the time we release this, all the other matches should have been at least recorded, if not uploaded. But thank you for watching. Be excellent to each other. This still plays Galaxy of Heroes.